All right. Shalom, shalom.
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 All right. First off, we want to start off by giving all the glory, infinite praise, and honor unto Yahweh,
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 Bahashem,
Bashim,
Bahashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushua,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Rakakadash.
Rakadash.
Double honors to our apostles and our elders, a great millstone that do rule and teach well. Peace, love, and salutation unto the hopeful elect that is out there pushing this truth in all sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, giving diligence to make your calling of election sure. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right. Hey, we're the brothers here of Great Millstone, Savannah. All right. And, the brothers in Augusta couldn't be with us this week. But, another live camp, the weather, wouldn't permit us to gather today, but it's all good, man. Hey, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the word must go out. All right. So we're here another week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, America, aka Babylon the Great. Also to wake up you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans to your true heritage. You are the children of Israel. All right, the true children of Israel according to the Holy Bible. All right. Hey, and it's another week, another beautiful week of prophecy. All right, we got a lot of things kicking off. From these protests going on in LA, Chicago, New York, Atlanta, Dallas, all over the United States. All right, protesting the anti-ICE raids. Okay. You have two senators being killed. I don't know if they were senators, but they were lawmakers.
Yep, Democrats.
Democratic lawmakers.
Mm-hmm.
You have the war in Ukraine still going. All right, and this week Israel preemptively struck Iran, and Iran fired back missiles. So we in a beautiful time of prophecy, man. All right, and the prophets of old spoke about these things thousands of years ago. All right, and we are coming in that same stead, that same lot. All right, and prophesying these events before they happen. All right, you got it, Rock.
All right. You want that Matthew?
Yeah, Con, you can.
All right. Matthew 24, and I'll just start at the top. Matthew 24 and 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the building of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Hey,
For
that's beautiful, because the elders and apostles, they're seeing these events take place, and they remind us constantly that, hey, these are the beginning. This is only the beginning of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And in order for this thing to really go full-fledged World War III, what has to be implemented?
the MOTB.
That's right. So that's beautiful, because we see these events, and of course we hasten the day, we hasten the time of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, but we understand that there are other prophecies that have to be fulfilled in order for us to get up out of here, man.
God.
You got it up.
All right, Matthew 24 and 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. I want to make a point. And when you go into that scripture, you can't leave out the part that it say famines, because famines are coming. And when you look around and you see what's going on with the tariffs that Trump is putting on these different countries, you can see that, eventually the food supply is going to be hit. And we see these things happening because you see major stores closing. The brother was bringing out beautifully before videotaping that Walmart is closing down certain sectors of their stores. So you see these things ramping up, man.
God. Yeah. And Salaka, just to line back off of Brother Yanakar, just like I said, famine ain't just got to do with just bugs. You know, that says it's gonna be the famine of the word.
Right.
Yanakar just brought up we got famine of food. We got other famines out there too. You know, saying fat losing their job. It's gonna be a famine when a lot of people is unemployed.
Yeah.
Walking around the street looking like lost zombies, trying to figure out what they're gonna do.
Hey, you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna start boxing on the ones that is working. The ones that still bringing food in, the ones that still bringing vegetables to their homes. They're gonna be plotting in them, and that's why the scripture said they shall not regard their neighbors. You know, they shall rifle their homes. They're gonna go in. They're gonna start taking those goods from the ones that are still working and bringing in goods.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Malicious.
Yep. Revelation. What's that? That's second Esdras.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that second address 15 and 16.
Yep.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Yeah, you can bring that up.
Go ahead, bring it up.
Okay.
Read up a little bit. Read up a little bit on it. Like,
yeah, where you want me to go up to, Art?
Let's see.
Start
at 14.
Yeah.
Con. We'll start at 14.
Yeah, that's fine.
Con. Second address. What is second address?
15.
Oh, 15 and 14. Salaki. Yeah, second address 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Mm-hmm.
For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Right, and the modern day sword is what? The gun.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Art said, man, one people is going to stand up to fight against another. When this, when the jobs are low, right? The scripture speaks about how the jobs are going to be low, the grinding is going to cease, right? When there's a famine, like the Ox so beautifully pointed out, a famine of bread and water, right? Hey, we're coming into the time where you got, elites saying that water is it's not a human right. They were saying that basically water is going to be traded. It's going to be traded publicly on the stock market.
Yep.
Wow.
So this is the time. We're living in that time, man. Keep going on a lot.
Okay. For there shall be a sedition amongst men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Beautiful. So, hey, there shall be sedition. Mm-hmm. All right. When you go into that word sedition, it means an uprising. All right, a revolt against government. Okay, and we're seeing that take place now. We're seeing, the little protest they had, a defiance, the No King defiance movement.
Yeah,
right?
The anti-ice
raids. Just
not to cut you off, but what you saying is beautiful because it's going in basically what you were saying about they're not going to regard the kings or princes because like you said, the banners, all the banners, the protesters, they had the signs up saying no king, talking to Donald Trump. So like you said, they're not going to regard kings because they're doing it now. So imagine when this thing really ramp up, man, they're going to be going into the White House and tearing it up again like they did before.
Yeah. And not just the White House, everywhere, wherever it kicks off at, these government buildings.
Yep.
This and I don't know if you guys noticed, as of lately, they've been pushing hard that Homestead movie. Netflix. I've been looking on YouTube. I'm looking I don't know how many times throughout the day I would keep seeing little nib clips of Homestead.
Mm.
So as that's something that they're trying to say.
Yep.
Because like I'm looking like, okay, well, me and the brothers, we saw Homestead. We looked at it spiritually, and some of the stuff they had in there, and just like how we just been saying, family of the word. When the guys came to the gate, I used to work for you. You know, I helped build your stuff. I helped did this and this. The guy said, no, I'm looking for people who can do this for me.
Right.
Well, if I could add to your point, too, that's what Esau got on the left hand side called revelation of the method.
Right.
That's him prophesying of his evils to come. Just
Right.
like Yahweh Shah got his prophets, the prophesied his prophecies. Well, Esau got the revelation of the method, to prophesy the dangers to come, to let these people know what he gonna do before he do it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You got it out.
Which is beautiful because you don't have an excuse.
Right.
You know, the Lord said that you're not gonna have a cloak. You're being told on both sides of the spectrum. And
Right.
that's how merciful and fair the Lord is, man.
Yep.
Nobody can ever say that the Lord didn't give them a fair shot. The Lord showed you over and over again through his prophets, through his men, even used Satan to tell you what his plan was.
Sure.
Yep. And the funny thing is, Salaka, the funny thing is, they kept bringing up some of these Simpsons episodes where it seems the odds to be coming true. But again, nobody just, that's just speculation. You guys are conspiracy theorists, and so forth. But yet, here it is in front of you.
I got a quick article just because we was going over. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Now, the brother Yannikar so beautifully brought out that Donald Trump is seen as a king. All right, he is the modern day king of Babylon the Great. All right, which is really just a figurehead. Okay, but this article says Minnesota police hunt for suspect in state's politician shooting death. It says the manhunt for a suspect in a deadly attack on Minnesota lawmakers is continuing into the second day after Democratic state politician Melissa Hortman and her husband were killed in what the governor called a politically motivated assassination. This speaks directly to what that verse just said. They are not going to regard their kings nor princes. Now, a prince is like a lesser king, right? A Democratic lawmaker, they're higher up in this society. They're a lesser kings. All right, these different governors, senators, Congress people.
Yep.
They could be seen as princes. You got it out.
Oh, so it's just like how me, brother Yannick, you used to say, like these time period pieces. You have your kings, and under your kings you got princes, princess. Then underneath them you got your dukes, your barons, your monarchs, your bishops, and then so forth. Just like today, like you just beautifully named it off: president, vice president, your senators, your governors, and your mayors, and then so forth.
Yep, military officials.
So
bring it out, Shalom. Bring it out.
Bring it out.
And then now, when, like how you said, when all hell breaks loose, and even in the time periods, look at King Philip, Napoleon, all that war he raged. What happened? The people got tired of it. They're like, nah, bring his head to us.
Right.
Same thing here. Everybody says, screw all this. We're getting tired of ICE. We're losing our jobs.
I got a quick one for you. I want you to get past it. I want to bring it out. Romans 9:17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. You got it. One of y'all, brother.
Hey, that's why the Lord has risen up Babylon the Great. Not only Babylon the Great, but he gave Babylon the Great a prideful figurehead, man. DJ Trump. Okay. And the scripture speaks about how he would speak proudly against the Most High, and he would boast himself. So that's what this current regime has been doing. If you see on a lot of their hats, it says, what does it say, 44 through 46 or something like that. They don't even regard Joe Biden's presidency on a lot of the Make America Great hats. All right, and it's because they're boasting themselves in Edomite pride. You know, it's beautiful to see. All right, and we wouldn't have it no other way.
Yeah, man, it's beautiful to see, and all of these things is going on, and Jake is not paying attention. Jake is not inquiring to the cameras or anything. You had a whole plane fall out the sky, and a man get out the plane and walk away, and nobody talk about it. But we the only ones talking about it. Jake not even talking about it. I thought I would hear it at work. Jake didn't even talk about the plane crashing and the man get up and just walk away, man.
Yeah.
You know, Jake, you got it.
Oh, so no, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. One man, the airplane didn't make it maybe 400 or 500 feet up in the air and crashed into a little small community, a building. They actually showed the picture. They were surprised the building is still standing with the airplane in it.
Yeah.
You know, and somebody else, on a side note, somebody else tried to make a so-called reference to that airplane going into the building to 9/11.
Oh, yeah,
you know, they said, "Oh, this is kind of weird." You know, this is a 787, but that's hell no there.
Yeah.
But like how you said, 240 something people and only one person survived out of that.
Right.
Yeah, and I guarantee, if you go into the records or the flight, you know, the guests, the people that was on that flight, I guarantee it goes back to somebody they were trying to take out. You know how America works. They'll take out a whole plane just to kill one person, man.
Collateral damage.
Collateral damage.
Yep.
God.
Hey, if I may say, you know, when I first seen it, it kind of spiritually it gave me you know, like a boost, you know, honestly, because that one man could be likened unto the elect.
Oh,
you know, that's the way that's the way I seen it.
God.
You know, everybody on the plane died except for one. You know, that's sanctioned. You know, that's sanctioned in the heavens.
God.
You know?
And you know what that goes along to? Remember, bros always say that Final Destination was a spiritual movie. That's basically like here's Final Destination. Everybody died, and he the only one walk away from that plane. And like you said, that's very spiritual because he can be looked at as like the elect. You know?
Yeah.
Let me see. Matter of fact,
the scripture speaks about how there shall be one plowing in the field, and there shall be two plowing in the field, and one shall be left.
Yep.
There shall be one in the city, and a few shall be left. Let me see if I can grab that.
Yeah, man, and that's what you see coming. You see how much Mount Shine is about to work here in America, man. All around the four corners of the earth, you're about to see things going on that brothers been talking about. Brothers been bringing out. That's why we always bring out Romans 3:3. What it is? It's make the Lord a liar, God forbid. You know, no, let man be a liar and the Lord be true. So that's what we're telling people that, hey, everything that we're saying is coming from the heavens. It's coming from Yahweh Shema Shah. So God is going to be true and every man a liar. They're telling you that Jacob's trouble ain't coming. They're telling you that the famine not coming. They're telling you there's not going to be a third world war. All right? So they're going to be known to be liars. All right?
Actually, I got a prescript that kind of fall in right along with the airplane that you just said.
All right.
With that one person surviving. I was Ezekiel, I'm gonna start at 9:4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that have been done in the midst thereof.
Right. Hey, who is sighing and crying, man? The men of the Lord, preferably of Great Millstone, all right, and the affiliate camps are crying and sighing. We out here on the highways and byways doing the videos, talking spiritually, you know, constantly bringing up things that's going on in the earth. We're the ones sighing and crying. We're the ones telling the Lord, like, hey, how long, Lord? Hey, we tired of being in this captivity. We tired of Esau Edom, the so-called white man, with his foot on our neck, and we know he's supposed to be the basis of all the nations. But it's time to take him out of position. It's time to put up a righteous seed. All right, go
God.
ahead.
Yep. At number 5. And to the other he said, in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city, and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Now this is what I was
Hey,
getting.
hey, my point. Let me make a point. That's the ones that's sitting on their ass. All right, that's not doing anything. That's walking by the camp. That's scoffing. That's mocking. All right, 2/3 of our people that just can't get right. All right, those
God.
are the ones that those death angels are going to come for. Those are the ones that's going to get taken out because they're not part of the elect. All right. Oh, you had a point. Oh, you go ahead and make your point.
Yeah. This was the part I was getting at number 6, where Hashah was saying that one guy that made it out of there. Number 6, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women, but come not near any man upon whom is marked, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. So just like how you say, he could, we don't know who the guy is. He could, they didn't show his picture, but hey, he could lead back to one of the elect.
Right.
He could have had that mark on him.
Right.
God.
Yeah, that's the one.
That the wall, and the angel could have went through that whole airplane except for that one guy.
That's beautiful.
God.
Well, at
That's
the end of the
beautiful to
day,
think about,
at the
man.
end of the day, it's of the Lord because he didn't get there.
Yeah.
Right.
So hey, he was part of the one that was fitted for salvation because hey, right now he made it, from that
Right.
plane crash. So
Right.
we'll see.
We'll
Yep.
see.
Yep.
Whether he
Yeah,
of the elect, we gonna see. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yep.
He better hope.
yeah.
God.
he better
Hey,
pray.
whatever religion he used to believe, he said, screw
Hey,
that.
what they say? Send up his 10 Hail Marys,
Right.
burn some incense. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Right. Pray
Hey,
to
just like
I
I
got
said,
one.
so I can.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna make it clear. I was gonna say I don't know about you brothers who ever been on the flight. I took a couple of airplane flights, and you talk about somebody who be hugging the hell out the seat when the airplane lift off. I was like, look, he was up in the air. I wanted to get back on the ground.
No, man, hit that turbulence. When you hit
Yeah,
that turbulence, man, feel like that plane is about to fall out the sky, man.
God.
Yeah.
God. Definitely.
and
New
there's
Orleans.
some people tell I want a window seat. I don't want to look out the window watching this sucker go. I
Yeah.
do not want to look out the window.
I got one to add to Shalomar point.
Yep, go ahead.
Just a little quick one. Romans 2:11 says, "For there is no respect of persons with the Most High." Hey, and the Lord does that, man. Took out a whole plane, man. It could be like the brother just brought out, man, woman, and children.
Mhm.
All on that plane. But guess what? Only one survived. So the Lord don't respect persons, man. He don't care
God.
about if it was a newborn baby on that plane or toddlers or whatever.
God.
Hey, judgment was executed, man. And nothing happens by coincidence, man. It was meant for that God, to walk out on that plane and everybody else to die.
Right. That's right.
God.
That's right. The Lord sanctioned it, man. Not a sparrow shall fall from the sky. That's the Lord sanctioned it.
Unless saint. God.
So the Lord, the Lord had a whole plane fall from the sky, bro.
Yep.
And
Crazy.
hey, beautiful. I got a precept too. Um, this is Matthew 24, and I'm gonna start at 37. It says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the day that were before the flood, they were eating, drinking, marrying, giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark.
Hey, that's a beautiful piece you got to bring out, man. Like, bros have fun breaking this down. Because you got to think about it, man. Because when we in the times that we in now, we can look back and we can see how these niggas was acting, during the times of Noah, man. Because we out here prophesying, we out here bringing out the truth, we out here telling you about your how about your shot, and these niggas walking around drinking wet willy drinks, going to the crab shack, going to the seafood festival, and we
Mm.
talking about the things that's about to come to pass and how you need to get yourself together,
Right,
repent, all right.
right,
And Jake still is just caught up in that mirth. He's still out here partying like it's 1999 without a care in the world, and then the Lord is going to bring those thermonuclear missiles down on them, and they're going to have no idea of what's going on, man.
Yeah.
God.
Hey, them thermonuclear missiles gonna look just like how we talked before, Cap, what they did in Tel Aviv with the supersonic missiles. But this time it ain't gonna be like how they showed you in those videos. You ain't gonna see like maybe 5 or 6. When you look up, you thinking the stars are falling. That's all
And
you
then
see.
you also you got to get in the mindset of what's going to happen before those nuclear missiles fall, man. Imagine you walking by somebody who had 8 in 2 weeks. You know, imagine walking by somebody who had a drink of water in 2 days. You know, the mindset of these people is going to be so far out there. That's why the Lord said, what is it? What will I if it already be on fire?
Yeah.
You know, like the place already gonna be burning, gonna be chaos going on already before the Lord comes. So the Lord is gonna come along with those missiles. So in the midst of that, it's gonna be hell and chaos, turmoil out here. Everybody's gonna be out here losing their fucking minds, man.
Yep. It says, verse 39, it says, and knew not until the flood, Salakia, and knew not till the flood came and took them all away. So shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall 2 be in the field, and 1 shall be taken, and the other left. 2 women shall be grinding at the mill, 1 shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not the hour that your Lord doth come. So that's beautiful, man. Hey, going into the times that we're in, man, the time of great judgment. You know, so the scripture said, "Watch therefore," right? Meaning that we're supposed to be watching for the things that are coming upon the earth. Okay, and comparing them to the scriptures. Okay, this happened. It's a roadmap, you know, like a checklist. All right, when this happened, this is gonna happen. When that happens, this is gonna happen. Well, the scriptures are our roadmaps, man.
Hey,
You know?
it's like having spiritual landmarks.
Right.
Yup.
Beautiful.
Yep. But again, just like how you said, just like the days of Noah, right now, Brother Yannicka just brought before camp. What black folks are doing right now? They over here trying to break down the movie by Tyler Perry. Right. But they don't want to listen to what we want to tell them. But they were trying to break down that movie when Tyler Perry came out of.
Right.
Hey, not only that, they got they just had the BET Awards, and they had a little white girl. You know, the little white girl that been doing the trail ride. They had her on the BET Awards, and everybody was talking about on TikTok like, oh man, she done made it on BET. The whole time, man, these ain't nothing but like little distractions to keep Jake immersed in folly and wickedness, man. Because you can imagine what go on at those trail ride events. Now you have all the way in the country down here in Savannah, you have people talking, yeah, man, I'm going to the trail ride, and we about to have a trail ride in Glenville. We about to have one in Scriven County. It's like, man, like Jake just immersed in wickedness and mirth, man. And they not going to get it until all hell break loose in the Lord give them that spiritual ass whooping, man.
Right. And just to lie back on you too, where you just said about the BET Awards. Y'all heard about who won the award for the BET Gospel?
Gorilla.
Oh, man.
Gorilla. Oh, yeah, she won the award for
Gorilla.
I'm trying to figure out what gospel
that show you Christianity right there.
Yeah, you go. That's why I told my brother Christianity is a joke.
Glorilla, man.
Gorilla won an award for Christianity. I'm like, what music did she sing?
Right.
But yeah, she won an award. So yeah, this is it right here.
Yeah, these niggas
goes to show Christians don't read the Bible, because what Bible are y'all reading?
Right.
Meanwhile, she got music promoting F nigga free. The Bible don't promote that.
Right.
The Bible don't promote a promiscuous woman and all that. But how she gets a reward for best gospel? That's just Esau. That's Esau, just a mockery to you, Jakes, man.
But
hey, he constantly do it though, man. Look, we in June what it's called, June 19th or whatever that shit is, and you got LGBT right along with it, man. So they was doing the No Kings protest. Then you had the LGBTs walking with them, man. You know, this place is confusion, man. You know, confusion.
Yeah, yeah, I
But you
know.
got Black Lives Matter at the same time, though.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
I
leaving
got
me over all that.
I got
Yep.
precept. This is Second Edges 5:1. It says, nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the days shall come that that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. I want to jump down to verse 7. It says, and the Sodomite she shall be cast out of fish, which represents death. All right. It says, and make a noise in the night which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice thereof. They shall be confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again,
Yep.
and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters, man. And that's the time we living in, man. Confusion in all places. When this thing hits the fan, all these people gonna be confused because when the time was permitted, they involved their energy and they spirits into the wrong thing, worrying
Right.
Yep.
about the modern day calamity drama, what
Right.
it is, Remy Ma
Fucking
and
a
yeah,
fucking
And
a hundred
papoose.
a hundred niggas versus one gorilla. What the
Yeah,
yeah,
fuck is
like
niggas
come
talking
on,
about,
man.
bro?
Oh yeah, I
What are
seen that
what are
shit.
these niggas talking about,
yeah,
bro?
yeah.
Exactly,
One
bro.
one man, one silverback gorilla versus 100 men. I'm like, who even came up with this idea in the
It's
first
like
place?
every new, I mean, it's like every week is something new
Yeah.
with some type of trend or some type of, but that's Esau.
Yep.
That's Esau
Yep,
throwing this stuff out
That's
there
right.
because, like
yep,
In the times of the Roman Empire, that bread and circus, man,
Yep.
the
Yep.
bread and
mm-hmm.
circus to keep these niggas distracted
Yep.
from what's really going on behind scenes, man. How you
Yep.
not
Yeah,
know what's really going? Like you don't hear nobody talking about what happened with the Israel and Iran thing, man. Like,
Right.
bro, World War III is on the brinks, man, and nobody pays no attention to none of that. You know,
God.
but hey, but this just like brother Yannick just said, but they'll try to break it down that movie to you.
yeah,
Oh
they'll
yeah.
try to play a movie to you in a heartbeat, but you
Right.
ain't gonna tell me about just like
Right.
how me and Hashar just said. We just saw on video 3 hypersonic missiles tearing up Tel Aviv.
right.
Right.
That's like y'all, like Elder Yashawama say. Ask one of these Christians to break down this world current events with a biblical aspect. They can't do it.
Right. With a biblical worldview. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
with a
can't.
biblical worldview. Salakia. Yup.
Yep.
The first thing
Yeah,
gonna come out
niggas.
of
That's why niggas need to shut the fuck up. Like Yasha Woman said, niggas need to
Yeah,
shut the
man.
hell up, bro. Christians need to shut the hell up,
yep,
bro. You know, really, the prophecy is the only thing that's telling the truth right now, man.
Right.
yep,
And
All
the
this other
problem
stuff is
is
bullshit.
The
You got it.
problem is social media, man. Social media gave a lot of people a platform just to utter out nothing but foolishness, man. That's why
Right.
we can't wait till the Lord just shut down social media, period, man. Because you got a lot of dumb people that just say what they want, man, and
God.
and
The
and,
water
and, and
off.
just burst out confusion, man. And people just look at it like it's not a problem. No, that's a problem, man. People shouldn't have a platform, you
God.
know. Unless you eligible for that, and the only people that's eligible for a platform is the prophets, man. That's it.
Yep. I got a precept for you.
You got it.
And this is Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 5. It says, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich
Right.
sit in low place. I
Kind
have
man.
seen, oh, Salakia, you got it.
Oh, you got it.
It says, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Yeah. Yeah. Folly set in great dignity, man. That's what America produces. Nothing but folly, man. Meanwhile,
mm-hmm.
you got the princes of the power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh sitting in low places. While you got the scum of the earth and power ruling over the earth, and you see the outcome of it, man. All right.
God.
Like Apostle Tahar always say, every Israelite man should be on every street corner,
Mm-hmm.
prophesying the downfall of this place. All right, because you got a devil that's against the Lord. That's the lowest of the low. And look at the results of this place, man. All right,
Right.
the scum of the earth sitting in high places, man. All right. Meanwhile, the princes of the earth, the princes of the power, in low places, man. All right. Because if you put Jake in, because even in the lower state, Jake is not, Jake wicked, but Jake also got a kind of a righteous mentality when it comes to Jake ain't about to be sex trafficking children, bro. On a
Yeah.
high level.
Yeah.
Jake ain't worried about the shit Esau be doing, man. That's only because if Jake doing it, that's only because Esau Jake followed the ways of the heathen, man.
Right.
But
Right.
if
But
yep, you
like
got
you
it.
say, if Jake had power, Jake wouldn't be dumping chemicals in the fucking rivers.
Come on,
Mm-hmm.
man.
You know. You know.
Polluting the
Uh.
air.
Yeah. Why would flying chemtrails? Well, we gonna block out the sun. Why would you know what I'm saying? Genetically modifying mosquitoes.
Right.
You
Hey,
know.
if you think about it, like with Jacob and Esau, hey, he's destroying everything like you're saying. But if Jake had power and he was in that seat, man, Jake would not be worried about what Esau got going on because we in
Right.
our lower state and we don't give a damn what Esau got going on, man, unless it's about pushing his word. But we don't give a
Right.
damn what Esau doing his daily business. But he always constantly got to see what Jake is doing. Got to see what they got on
Right.
TikTok. What are the black people cooking? How are they making their food? Always
Right.
want to constantly be in our business.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
Because
And
Esau he obsessed with the children of Israel. Rather he want to
Yeah.
admit it or not, he's obsessed with the tribes, man. That's why
yep.
what it say he search out a diligent search. That's why he
Yep.
always studying Jake, man, because he ultimately he obsessed with that the Lord created these people to be his people, and he obsessed
Yep.
with it. That's why he fight tooth and nail to try
Yep.
to fight for what wasn't given to him.
I got a precept for you. All right.
Yep, you got it.
This is uh Ezekiel 35:1. It says, "Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it." All right. Skipping down to
Hey, and the good point too is the Lord say, set your face against Mount Seir, against Esau, Edom, these so-called white people, and prophesy against it. All right, but they don't want us to prophesy against them. They want to just hear all the good stuff. They want to hear all the sweet things, but they don't want
right.
to hear about the judgments for all the different destruction and chaos that they have caused all through the earth. Because when you
Yep.
look at Elder Matazakba, all right, when he was talking to those Christian singers when they came out, all right, and he was saying, "Oh, you could be of the wicked." And then when the so-called black boys when the so-called black men walked up, he was like, "Hey, you are part of the children of Israel, repent, you know." And then they got mad and upset because they
Right.
want what we got,
Yeah.
they want that blessing, man.
Yep.
Con,
Right.
con.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And, and
Yep.
and to add to your point, watching that video too, Esau don't want to admit. He don't want to admit. Like it's a
Yeah,
simple question. Are these people the ones that came over here and child slavery? You going over all these damn
right.
loopholes, like
Right.
loopholes, bro? It's a simple question that everybody know here in America, bro. Well,
Hey,
well,
he started saying about that Irish. Oh
The
well, the
Irish.
Irish came
man,
over here in slavery.
Right.
bro.
Yep.
And that was Jake.
Yep. Hey, and
Yeah,
then
What they don't understand was that was Jake.
yeah.
yep,
Ain't
and then on
nobody that
top,
was a Edomite come over here and chattel slavery, bro.
No,
yep,
You
they
know?
no.
they try to push that
Sorry.
theory.
Oh,
Oh, Slocky, yeah, Slocky. Yeah, they try to push that theory that oh yeah, they had white slaves. No, they didn't. They weren't called slaves. They were
Right.
called servants.
Yep.
Right.
They had a time limit on them. Like if you
Right.
owed somebody a debt or something, or you wronged them or
Right.
whatever,
Right.
you like
Well,
let's. Oh, but
that's in the law. That's in the
yeah.
scriptures.
Right.
Esau applied the scriptures to his own,
Mm-hmm.
right? But when it came to Jake's, the scripture said he very verily laid his yoke upon the young, the old,
Right.
right? when a man is above a certain age, you're not supposed to have him in servitude,
Right.
right? If we had our babies in the fields
Right.
Yep.
of over here on the shores of America. See, he applied the law of the scriptures to his people, but when it came to the children of Israel, he had no mercy.
Yeah.
God.
Hey,
Even
hey,
Salaki, you
hey,
got it.
I got a point. I got a point though, because he said we was indentured servants. When you go into that definition of indentured servants, and brothers can break this down and let me know, is that what we were? All right, indentured servants was a system where individuals worked for a set period, typically in exchange for passage to new land, food, shelter, and sometimes freedom dues. It was a common labor system, particularly in colonial America, where it helped fulfill the demand for labor in the colonies. Indentured servants signed a contract and indentured that outlined the terms of their services. You see what I'm saying? So what contract did we sign? All right. And when do we just jump on the boat and say we coming over here to these new lands for food and shelter, man? Because Jake was
Right,
balling. Jake was on
right,
Yeah.
top in Africa, man.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, because when you
Right.
look at it, and
And
when you
even
look,
to that point, even
okay.
You got it?
now you got to go ahead, Shalama. Go ahead,
Oh
Shalama.
no, yeah, just like how Jonathan just read off the definition. You listen to it and you be like, that don't sound like what our ancestor went through. Because when you ask,
Yeah.
when they ask you, you guys came out as a indentured servant. Here's how you would hit them with the question: when the last time you see an indentured servant with yokes of chain around their neck
God.
Right.
Yeah.
With a brand.
with a brand?
Yeah.
When you started branding indentured servants,
Hey, I
when
signed
you
a contract to
Right.
be branded and put a yoke of iron with bells on it.
Right.
get
Right.
with bells around it. I also
Right.
signed a contract that you can have your word with my wife. You split up my family.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So when
Bring it
you
Yeah,
have,
out.
because
go ahead.
Right.
even to that point, even when they do bring that point up that other people been in captivity, nobody has been in under the captivity that the Israelites has been unto, man. All right,
Right.
And that's
Right.
it.
There's no type of like Esau implemented pressure upon the children of Israel, and I got a quick precept to back that up real quick in Daniel 9. This Daniel 9 and 12 it says, and he have confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem, man.
That's right.
Woo.
God.
That's right.
Mhm.
70 AD.
Yep.
You know, what else?
Chattel
The
slavery, the
chattel slavery.
sub-Sahara,
Yep.
sub-Sahara.
The
Sub-Saharan desert.
Reconstruction period of
Yep.
Yep.
America.
Yep.
Yep.
Nobody has ever gone through that. Being lynched, you know.
The Trail of
Es-
Tears.
yeah, the trail
Yes.
of tears. Esau could literally just come into your house and kill your whole family.
Yep.
You
Yep.
Come
know,
on, bro.
Yep.
and that ain't happening. That ain't happening to nobody else. That ain't happening to no Edomites.
They had
Hey,
so
you
many.
know, he
Right.
was getting away with a lot of that stuff, because, along with the period pieces, I be watching these westerns sometimes. And
Yeah,
man, Esau was just killing, man, killing with no remorse. He didn't even give a damn about going to jail, getting hung. Esau was killing, man. That's goes into his blessing. He was
yeah,
blessed with the gun, with the sword, man. And Esau been using that sword for day one since Isaac gave him that blessing.
hmm
Yep.
Yeah. Hey,
I
and your
was
big.
out. Nah, go ahead.
Oh, it's like no, I was gonna say your biggest one. What Brother Yannick just said. Your biggest one was your boy, old Cristobal Cabal Colon. He said,
Yup,
"I ain't dropped
Cologne.
my
Yep,
sword
Crystal.
since I picked it
Yep,
up."
Crystal. Yep.
yup,
That sword been pretty much glued in his hand.
right.
yup. And
Yeah.
who
Go
was
ahead.
that other
I
guy?
just
What
picked.
the one Andrew Jackson? Andrew Jackson, man, he was
Yeah,
known as
Andrew
the
hmm
Indian
Jackson,
killer, right?
the
Yep.
Indian
Yep.
killer. Yep.
The Indian killer.
Even even in the times of during Nat Turner, man, I just picked up a little a piece of what the elder in Mississippi was bringing out, what they did to Nat Turner. It's a book
Mm.
called The Despicable Negro, and
Yeah,
hey, they basically ate Nat Turner,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
They
Yup.
ate him
Like
alive,
today.
like.
Not just him. Hey, that
bro.
turned the
Like,
only one. Hey, they did that to all Jakes that they supposedly hanged.
come on,
They
man.
cooked.
Yep.
It's like the
Yeah,
fact
you're
that
right. Hey, they was going into it on TikTok where they was
Picnic.
going in eating their servants, man. Like these
Yep.
real the upper echelon Edomites, they was going in eating their slaves, man. You know,
Come
Yeah.
on, bro.
their cannibalism, man.
Yep.
yeah, hey, just like
I got.
how we said before camp, where all these terminologies, these sports and stuff came from. Picnic,
Yep,
dunking,
Yep.
Barbecue.
And they
Hey,
still,
barbecue.
yep.
hey,
And they still
hey,
carry on those same acts today
Yep.
because you got a thing called spirit cooking
yeah,
Yep.
that's
yep,
led by that demon, a member of Bomberovich, whatever you say her name,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So the elites, they be kidnapping and eating Jake. That's why,
Yep.
like they, you go into that TikTok community, the ones that profess that knowledge, they say, oh, don't put organ donor on your license and all that, because
Yeah.
they'll
right.
track you down and they'll come,
yep,
make up an
yep. I've
accident.
heard that.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, man.
I've
So
heard that.
these demons behind closed doors, man. Hey, the level
I
of
got a
wickedness
precept.
that you gotta,
Come. Um. Back in Ezekiel 35, it says, because Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast
yep,
shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since
Mhm.
thou have not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
God,
So Esau has had this perpetual hatred for us, man.
Mhm.
God,
All right, since the time of our forefather Jacob, right, when he basically supplanted Esau, all right, and received the blessing that was really of the election. All right, it was really from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It wasn't deception, right? This was sanctioned in the heavens, like we talked about. He has had that perpetual hatred. I will slay my brother Jacob
God,
when the time of my mourning my father is over. I
Yep.
am going to kill my brother, and Esau never let that go.
God,
If you tell that
You
to a
know,
Christian, they think you crazy. Like, no, it's written right here. Put it in nigga terms. Hey, when I buried my daddy in the grave, when I see you, it's on.
right?
God,
And he
Yep.
yeah,
didn't let the sun go down on his wrath.
No,
God,
and
You know,
when you go into slavery, what came after slavery? Sharecropping.
yep,
Where Esau would work the hell out of Jake out here in these cotton fields and rice fields, all right, and cane plantations, and then at the end he'll say that they owe him, so they
right,
don't even get paid for the work that they done. They get tricked out of all their money, man. So
Yep.
it's like Jake still was in a captivity, man.
yep. And
Yep.
God,
people don't realize the last slave. I seen a lady. She was still a slave in the 1960s, bro.
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah. 1965. 1965 was
yep.
either Louisiana or Alabama.
It's down there in Mississippi and Louisiana area.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yep.
they showed you that in that movie Antebellum.
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
And,
Yep.
you Monica?
yeah, that's Eve, man.
yep,
Oh.
Evil
yep.
out there.
Hey, I got a precept when you get a chance, Akim.
Go ahead, Doc. You
Hey,
got
that's
it.
Psalm 73:5. Hey, I gotta bring it out, Yannicka. Psalm 73:5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither
Yes,
they
sir.
are they are plagued like other men.
Break it down.
Woo. Yep. Hey, I could go on into the next one too. Yeah, but I'm gonna break it down.
All right.
Therefore, their pride uh, compassed them about as a chain. Violence covered them as a garment.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cause see, like I say, man, they not plagued like other men like us, man. Because first of all, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked.
Hmm.
They run everything, man. You know, we here to serve our time, man. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Right.
For what we did, man.
Hey, the
Yep.
fact to add to your point, Yair, the fact that you got a felon in in the freaking office, bro.
The water,
Come on,
the
bro.
water,
Let
Hey, he
water,
ain't
let
no,
Art.
hey,
let
he ain't,
Jake, bro.
hey,
Come
he
on,
ain't the
man.
only one.
It ain't
he ain't,
happening.
he wasn't the only
It's not
one.
happening.
God,
You see how
Come
they,
exactly.
on, man.
you see how they act when even though he had the skin color.
God,
You see how they acted when Barack Obama got in office. They've been going to. We want to see his birth papers. Where's his certificate? They've been nitpicking him.
yeah,
But when the other one comes inside, like how you said, 32 times a felon.
Come on, bro. If
yeah.
you
It's
if you
nothing.
if you a felon, you can't even
Uh,
get the average job.
No,
Yet
you
this
don't.
absolutely,
nigga
Art.
could get the
But hey,
presidency.
but you see how you breaking that down and going into like, hey man, this was a feeling as the United States president of the world, and our
Mhm.
people don't get upset or don't get mad about it. Then when you also when they brought out with Obama, what you bringing out?
Yep,
Where's his paperwork? Where's
yep,
his birth
yep,
record? You know,
yep.
Yeah.
letting you know that this man is a fucking Hamite. He's an African.
Come
He's
on.
not even supposed to be running for the presidency, man.
God, God,
You know.
God. The water, Art.
Yep.
The water.
But
But
Jake don't give a
let you
damn,
have a
man. Jake
felon.
just wants somebody up there that's close to what they believe in, man.
Yep.
Yeah, let you get out of prison and have a felon and try to go get a job and spend
Yeah,
all those years learning your lesson because that's what they call it, right? The penitentiary, the learn
Yep.
your
Yep.
lesson, right? Let you
God.
yeah,
try to go
correct.
out and find a decent job for yourself. You can't even get the average job, but yet a felon could get the presidency of
Yeah,
the president of the United
Of the
States. That
United
goes to
States.
show
The
to your
highest
scripture
office
how
in the
you.
the
land.
highest
Yep,
officer
that
ain't
go to your scripture. Yep,
and not just once, twice.
come
Yeah,
on, man.
Yeah.
Twice. Crazy,
So
man.
that going to they not in as trouble as other men, man. That come on,
Yep.
man.
There you go. You hit it right on the
Ridiculous.
head with that one. But hey,
yeah.
God,
hey,
Because
man.
even when they was talking about Trump going to jail, Trump was still walking around boasting. You know, he wasn't worried about it. He wasn't even stressing over the whole fact. And they had him
Right.
dead to rights. You know, they
yep.
had him dead to rights. He was wrong. He was charged and like what did he say, a felon, man. And this
Yep.
That's
man
right.
still walking around proud with his head up in the sky, man.
Yep.
And
And
talking
we could
mad
keep
noise.
going. We could keep going because look at Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Fauci. Where
Dr.
he
Yep.
at?
Yep.
Fauci.
Yep.
Yep.
Where he at?
Yep.
Yep.
Where he at?
He done
Yep.
killed millions. He's responsible of killing millions of people with the juice, man. Where he
Yep.
at?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
But let Jake go murder. Let Jake go. Let a King Von go rack up 11 bodies.
Right.
They gonna bury him under the prison.
No,
Yep.
not that.
Mm-hmm.
But
What's
this
that?
man
No,
is
not that.
responsible for millions of bodies. You got it
Hey,
up.
Yep.
it's like it. Not that. What's the basketball player that shot his own self in the leg with his own gun?
Oh,
And they gave
Yeah.
Plexico Bird.
yeah,
Plaxico
Exactly.
Burrows.
and they gave him 2 years. Like I said, he
His
shot his
For
own
shooting
self.
shot
himself.
his own
Yeah.
self.
He going to jail
Come on.
for 2 years.
Strict gun laws in New York.
Yeah.
These strict gun laws in New
Shit,
York.
crazy, man.
But yet,
Bullshit.
it's like how we say you can go out there and vote. Just like the other elder said, y'all been voting for the last 4 years plus. Where has it got? Not no damn where. Nowhere. All this voting that you going out for, and none came to help you out yet.
Yep.
Nope. All of it been vain, man. All that standing
All
up,
in there,
voting,
you hit it
all
right
that
on the
shit has
word.
been vain, man.
You hit
And
it
they
right on
still,
the hat.
and these sottish ass Israelite children still can't get it through their thick skull, man.
You
All
hit it
that's in
right on
vain,
the head.
man.
I got a precept. I got a precept, Doctor. Just a quick one. Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of man is fully set in them to do evil.
Mhm.
So yeah, man.
Yep.
Hey, no judgment goes out, no justice, right?
Yep.
So they think that they could keep doing,
Yep.
everything that they doing, and good, let them go crazy. Dr. Fauci, Donald Trump, let them go crazy. Hunter Biden,
Mm-hmm.
these
Bill
are
Bill
these are
Gates.
vile. Yeah, Bill Gates, let them. Hey, the Lord is counting up that
It's
tab, man.
another devil.
Mhm. Yep. And he done said it multiple times on his platform, depopulation.
Yep. I got another one, Salakia. It says this is Job 20, in verse 5, actually verse 4, it says, "Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of a hypocrite but for a moment." So hey, because even in that verse, King David was talking about how he was envious of the wicked. He was talking about how he seen all the things that they went through in life, and it wasn't like the stuff that he was going through. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and the same goes for us, man. We go to work. You might work with a group of people, Edomites, and you can't relate to them. They don't have the same struggles you do. Now, Jake, you can relate to Jake. Jake got some of the same struggles. All right, but
Mm-hmm.
there is no, all the stuff that we go through on this side. These Edomites don't go through. They don't have broken homes. They don't have broken families. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they don't fight the same day-to-day struggles you fight. They don't, have to take care of 5, 6 households. Some men in America take care of 5, 6, 7 different households, man.
Con,
You know, and it's because they have to. But Esau don't have to do that. Esau, his dad left him money.
Yep.
He had an
con,
inheritance. His dad left him money, and
Yep. They
they
don't know
got
what the word struggle means.
property in their name.
Right.
Things
Mm-hmm.
like that. You know,
And that's why
so
that's why Esau Edom fall gonna be so hard with
right,
these average Americans, because Jake is accustomed to it. Like the brother said, Jake know how to struggle. Jake been through the struggle. Jake, like, even now, like, all you got on TikTok, Edomites complaining about the economy, the system. Nigga, we been broke. We
right,
we
Yep.
we been struggling with
You
bills.
know.
We been,
con,
figuring out how we gonna make this happen, how we gonna make that happen. But these Edomites ain't accustomed to that lifestyle, so yeah, it makes sense to where when shit really shit hitting the fan, they gonna start offering themselves, man,
con,
committing
yeah,
suicide, jumping off buildings. Jake ain't got that spirit. Jake
Yeah.
con,
afraid of heights.
con.
right,
Yeah. They're like, hey, this like how something we know how to make it work. One lady, you
Yep,
remember the one with the white lady? She complaining in the background how she don't know how to feed her kids, and I don't have stuff. She opened up the cabinet. That woman said, I can see plenty of stuff I could throw together in that cabinet.
right,
Yeah.
yep. But Akim, check this out though. Even though we be on the highways and hedges, Jake still have the evil eye towards his own brothers, man.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
They don't stop. You know what I'm saying? They know the struggle that we go through, but they still ain't gonna stop and try to find out, well, what's going on with y'all brothers? What's going on? Enlighten me. What's going on here? You
right.
know, it just that's just
Hey,
part of the
but
curses, man.
they will stop for a protest about no
It,
king. They will stop for a
exactly,
protest
Oh,
of
man,
what's going
exactly.
on in LA riots.
Right
Yeah.
on the
bro, and
right
don't
on the
know
head,
what's
Art.
going on, bro. Don't know
Yeah.
what's
Yeah,
going on. I've been seeing Jace I went to school with on social media talking about who going out there to the No Kings. Jay don't even know what's going on. Y'all just want to be a part of something.
You just wanna-
But like
Yeah.
hey,
the Art said, when it comes to those men out there on the highways and byways, y'all ain't trying to seek to be a part of this.
yep.
This the real protest.
That's right.
This is the real protesting, man. Protesting against this wicked kingdom, man. Crying and
Right.
sighing for all the abominations that are done in the midst thereof, man. But Jake don't want to be a part of that, man.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
gonna bring about a kingdom. They don't understand that. That's why this is a faith-based uh movement. You know, and this is why the protests that they do, they start for a while and then they stop because
Exactly.
it's not rooted in Yahweh Shem Shai. You know, we're protesting to the highest power on earth. You know, hey, we calling HR
Yeah.
like the elder said.
Human resources.
yeah.
Yeah, hey, like the elder said, man, we snitching. We
Right.
telling on the
Spiritual
world.
snitches.
We telling the world. We telling the Lord that what the world doing, man. They out here, LGBT in the midst of the ICE protest.
Yeah.
You know, they out
Yeah.
here talking about Diddy and gorillas.
Yup.
Baby oil and gorillas. These niggas ain't right. You know.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
that go back into those two witnesses, man. Cause to testify, that's snitching.
Yep.
And it's never wicked to be a snitch. See, Jake
Yeah.
turned snitching to like, oh, that you wicked or
It's
you a
something.
coward. No, it's not.
It
It's
turns
not
into something.
cowardly. Because
Yep.
time
Right.
I see a nigga do some wickedness, I'm ready. Where the police at? Hey, y'all
Right.
need to call the police, man.
Yeah.
Cause Jake need to get in line, man. No, it's a righteous thing to snitch, man. That's part
Yeah.
of our culture is to snitch. The the
Yep.
the,
Right.
the put out evenness within the nation, man.
That's right.
Yep. Hey,
Hey,
good.
it's crazy you said that, because I was talking to my superintendent, and we was talking about, Jake not working, Jake not doing their part, Jake not carrying their weight. And I was like, man, Jake, first thing Jake gonna say, oh, you snitching, or you going to the man. But the whole time, like he said, if you're not doing your work, we here to do a job. If you're not doing your job, this is not snitching, it's telling who not working. And that's what we
Right.
doing. We out here doing the work, and we out here telling the Lord, like, hey, these niggas ain't working. But it's not
Right.
snitching.
Right,
We just out here showing you what's going on.
Right.
right.
And
Cause
then
Yep,
Jake hate direction. That's why they hate Charleston White so much.
yep,
That nigga be hey, Charleston be snitching, man. And that's
yeah,
yep,
righteous, man.
yeah,
You should want to report nigga activity, bro, in the
yeah,
community, man. You
yeah,
should
Yeah.
want
hey,
to do that.
Well, that's why we want the kingdom to come, man.
Yep,
All right, because righteous judgment is going to be enacted on earth.
yeah,
All
hey,
yep,
right,
because
yep.
justice is going to come back to the earth, man, under the elect.
you
You
beat me
know.
right to it because I was going to say what's going to happen because, like how
Uh,
Mike just said, yeah, yeah, we're snitching, but in a righteous way because if we let this stuff keep going on, we won't try to be just like how what Most High did with these other cities, Sodom
well,
Right.
and
hey,
Gomorrah and stuff.
well, think about it. Even a little bit. That ain't the angel snitching to Yahweh about Shemal Shah about everything that's going on the earth.
yep,
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
so so the angels tell to the Lord about what's going on earth. So that snitching is a part of our Israelite custom, man.
yeah, you
yep,
bring in that they bring in that daily report,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Yep.
but just
The
I
eyes
had a
are
priest,
10 times brighter than the sun.
yeah, and I
Yeah,
had a
and that goes back into Salakia. That goes back into accountability. At the end of the
Yep.
day, someone who has that mindset, they don't want to take accountability for their actions.
Yeah.
You know, but the Lord gave us a law. He gave us statutes. He gave us commandments, right? To govern ourselves, so that hey, you can look and say, hold on, that's too far. I reached the limit on what can and can't be done. Jake don't want to have no limits, you know, and what it does is it perverts your judgment.
mm-hmm.
So now snitching or telling or even though you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, that becomes the focus. You know, well, because people were mad about the whole Young Thug thing, right? Niggas got telling on him, but the nigga was killing people, or he was having people killed, or he was
Yep,
in conflicts.
Exactly.
So Jake is in a like we talk about Barabbas, he's in that same spirit.
Yeah.
They would free a murderer over a righteous man.
yep.
You
Yep.
know,
What's the other
and
one?
that's
Free
because
Young
the
Thug.
judgment. Yeah, it's because the judgment in his land there is none.
Hey, and
You
like you
know.
said, they did the same thing with Gunner, man. Look how many
Yep.
times they came out and they talked shit about Gunner because he told. And at the end of the day, man, I'm not finna go and do 10, 15 years for a nigga I know committed a murder, man. You
Right.
done murdered somebody that's supposed to go to jail and just sit there like, man, I'm real. I'm real.
Right.
Nah, man, you
I'm
stupid, bro.
a real nigga.
Right.
I'm a real nigga. Yeah, you a nigga, all
Yeah,
Right.
right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I got a precept out. This is Ezekiel chapter 8, verse. I'm gonna start at 6. It says, He said furthermore unto me, Son of man, seest thou what they do, even the great abominations that the house of Israel committed here,
Who the
Mm-hmm.
that I
Lord said
should go
great
for all.
abominations, man. The great
Hmm.
abominations. Because Jake is committing the great abominations. Hey, our people used to be put to death before they eat swine's flesh, man. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Now people is eating it freely, making it a gourmet feast, man.
Yep.
Right.
And the whole time people wouldn't even touch swine, man.
Yeah, we won't even look at that sucker. Hey, there's damn pig on the street. I ain't going out there till he leave.
Yep.
We wait till the boys come and clean that up. We'll wait.
Yep. You got
It say, seest thou what they do, even the great abominations of the house of Israel committed here, that I should go far off from my sanctuary, but turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations. And he brought to me the door of the court, and looked, and when I looked, behold, a hole in the wall. Then said he unto me, Son of man, dig now in the wall. And when I had digged the wall, behold, a door. And he said unto me, Go in and behold the wicked abominations that they do here. So I went and saw, in every form of creeping things, and abominable beasts, and all idols of the house of Israel portrayed upon the wall around about. And that
hey,
and
so
that,
he's
that was
seen.
the
Hey, oh, you got it.
yep.
You got it.
Oh no, go ahead, Yanakar, you got it.
Yeah, hey, he's seen all the wickedness going on. He's seen Jake over here worshiping Caesar here. You know,
Mm-hmm.
seeing him over here worshiping eagles and bears and totem poles and stuff like that. Seeing Jake going all the way left, man, from the great heritage that they had to looking at them now through the whole, you know, looking at the abominations that they're doing. It's like it'll turn your stomach, man, because you're supposed to be the chosen people of the Lord, a precious people, man. And look at our people, man. They through, man. When you look at Jake, you see a gremlin, a monster, a little nigga, man.
Yep. Hey, and you could liken that hole in the wall as today with the internet.
Right.
We see our people doing all the abominable things. And we're like, look, Lord, look at these, look at Jake.
Yep.
Now
It's
you
like,
can see it on a worldwide aspect via the internet, the unicorn. You know.
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
even we were talking about the trail dance. There's nothing wrong with it, but Jake just get it and go all the way out there
extra.
with it, man.
Go extra.
Because, but yeah, because first it was just like little steps or whatever. Now the Jake woman done got it, and she done started twerking with it. She done started grinding with it. She wearing lesser and lesser clothes. It's like,
Yep.
but when you seen the so-called white people doing it. And it was fun, it was nice, and that was it. Now they trying to do
Yeah.
like Jake and grinding and making it all,
Sexual.
explicit and everything.
They try to make it all exotic and sexual. Like, no,
Yep.
it's just we're gonna dance. Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't like how you said they don't went left with it.
Yeah.
Because
That's
really,
why this is. Oh no, you got it.
Salakia, really and truly, like you say, the line dancing is actually a part of our culture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yep.
You know, that's actually what we used to, like when you watch those period pieces. They would do line dances where the women would dance with the women, the
Yep.
men would dance with the men. You know, and it would be, like you say, it's a fun thing. Like Jake just take everything and go left, and then the Lord is nowhere in their thoughts.
Yep.
You know, you
Yep.
got it out.
That was all of it.
Oh yeah, that was it on that Ezekiel 8.
Mhm. Yeah, man. So brothers bringing out points on how, our people has gone totally left, man. They have really took on the image of Esau Edom, man. They took on that same philosophies, the same ideologies of the damn oppressor, man. You know, they forgot their ways, their culture, and then when you try to bring them back to their culture, they slap your hand away, or they say, oh, there you go with that Bible stuff again. Oh, we
Right,
don't want to hear about that. You know?
right.
Yeah, I had a quick prescript too.
Somebody get Hosea 6:4. Go ahead, Op.
Okay, mine was my quick prescript was going just like what just Yannicka just said. This is Exodus 23:2. Thou shalt not follow the multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many rash judgment. But on our first prescript, thou shalt not follow the multitude of evil. That's Jake right there. We will go out there and go left with any and everything.
Yep.
Like how you said, you named it, line dance, something simple. Nope, we want to turn the line dance into something exotic.
Yep.
A simple song. We take it,
Fine.
Just look at the songs, Salaki. Just look at the songs we made back then to now.
Yeah, Jake turning it's getting so wicked. Jake is turning pop songs into songs about killing and spinning the block.
Yep.
Jake is went into the like you say the depths of wickedness. Jake is in them.
Yep. I got one too real quick. Jeremiah 5:28. It said they are waxing fat, they shine, yeah. They overpass the deeds of the wicked.
Yep.
They judge not the cause, they cause the fatherless, yet they prosper, and the right of the needy do they not judge.
Yep.
So yeah, going to what Shalimar said, man, they overpass the deeds of the wicked, man. Following the multitude to do evil. Even with those protesters, even though we know those were provocateurs, what you had in L.A., you had Jake looting the damn Apple stores and stuff.
Yeah.
They just find a reason to do some wickedness.
Yep.
You know.
Can't go. Salaki. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh no. I was saying, I was just gonna lie back what you just said. They can't go 4 blocks for somebody. Man, that's a nice little pawn shop over there. Let's go see what they got. And all of a sudden, all hell break loose.
Yep.
Right.
You need one person to do something wrong, and that's it.
Yep.
And the media will eat it up in a minute. Because what they gonna focus on? Black folks.
Yeah. Painting you the picture. Painting you that image.
See, I told you, you can't let these black folks go 5 blocks and look what they're doing.
Right. Somebody get Hosea 4:6.
Hosea 4:6.
I got one after that too. Because it's going into what the brother Yanakar was just saying, is that our people, when it comes to the real and true knowledge, they reject it. They really don't want to have a part of it. They don't want a piece of it.
Yeah, I got that Hosea for you.
Because they don't think it benefits them. They don't think it benefits them. Go ahead.
Hey, well, that 5% told us that. When he came out with his son, he said it's not benefiting him right now.
Right.
Or what do it benefit him?
Yeah, they ain't gonna put no money in my pocket. Okay.
Yep.
We'll see.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. This is Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
Right. And this is what the Lord has done. Our people have rejected the true knowledge, right? Which they always just, knowledge is power. Well, yes, knowledge is power, but more importantly, the knowledge of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This is the ultimate power, having this truth. That's power. Having the knowledge of the world is not true power. And this is what our people are invested in. They're invested in the knowledge of the world. And in the day of wrath, that's not going to profit them, man. What's going to profit you in the day of wrath is knowing that, hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is the Lord and King of the heavens and the earth. That he can feed you, that he can, get you out of these, dire straits and situations. That's what's going to profit you, man. And I got a precept. I got another one. One of y'all can speak on this. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6. And I'm going to start at 20. It says, therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. If your delight be in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore.
Yeah, man, and that's what you want. You want to put your mind on that wisdom, man. You want to be focused on the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures. That's what's going to have you stable in these times of calamity. That's what's going to get you to the kingdom. Because your eye being single, you constantly thinking about the kingdom. You constantly thinking about sitting at that table with your house shot, sipping of that vine. You constantly thinking about seeing King David back on his throne again. All right, seeing the tabernacle of David set up. Hey, that's going to constantly have you in a good estate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
and that
wisdom, man.
wisdom too. Yeah,
Yep.
that wisdom too it's gonna dictate your judgment in that time. You know,
Yeah.
it's gonna allow you to, oh, not to go this, not to do that, not to do that, never follow a multitude to do evil. All the things that the apostles and elders taught us through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, that wisdom is gonna kick in to get us through the kingdom. Like that
Right.
movie Big Eli. It's where he said Denzel Washington said, I'm my direction is towards west, man. You know,
Yep.
although our direction ain't towards the west, really, and spiritually, it's towards the east.
Right.
Hey, I got a quick one. No,
To
Ecclesiastes 7:19.
Yep.
Wisdom strengthens the wise more
Mm.
than 10 mighty men which are in the city. You got it. I'm gonna read it again. Ecclesiastes 7:19.
Say, would you
Wisdom
read it again?
strengthens the wise. Yep. Ecclesiastes 10. 7:19. Wisdom strengthens the wise more than 10 mighty men which are in the city.
Ooh, more than 10 mighty men that's in the city. So that's why the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge buffets dudes. If they got that wisdom, that means nothing. But what the scripture say, the
Right.
feeble among you shall be as David in that day.
Yep.
That's right.
And that's gonna come with the wisdom, the house of David, man. That the Lord is building up. Cause it don't matter if you got brothers that's 5'5". What that mean? So what? That brother got that wisdom though. That five foot
Yep.
five can turn into a mighty man of the Lord that bring forth power. The
Mm.
Hey,
spring forth as an eagle. The the the
hey,
uh
hey,
the
not
one
cut you
like
off.
flash.
Hey, you watch basketball a lot. Look at Muzzy Bowles. Not Muzzy Bowles, Spud Webb. Spud Webb was small as hell,
Going,
but he was jumping like giants, man. He was
yup.
jumping like LeBron James, man.
Come
This
on,
man was I think 5 foot, what,
come
six?
on, man.
And he made it all the way
Right.
to the NBA. All the way to the NBA.
Yep, we can even go back
Well,
then. I
David
think
David was yeah, yeah, David was the smallest of his brethren.
Yep.
When you read the account of David and they was looking at his brethren like, oh, because they was more mightier than David, but David was the
Yep.
smallest one out of
Warriors.
all of them. But
Yep.
guess what? Hey, he created a house of David through the Lord, man. So the
Yep.
Lord don't deal with the stature of men, man. It
Right.
comes with that wisdom, man. With wisdom, you could do anything, man. You can control the elements through the spirit and power
Yep.
of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So the Lord don't care about how mighty a man could be, man. The long as you got the wisdom of your how about Shem Yahushua, that's all you need.
mhm,
Yep.
yep,
I
that's
got a
just
precept.
okay.
Salakia.
Uh,
Um, First Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 26. It says, "For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called, but Yahweh have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And Yahweh have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things that are mighty. And the base things of the world and the things that are despised hath Yahweh chosen, yeah, things which are not, to bring to naught things that are, that no flesh may glory in his presence." Right? Because ultimately Yahweh Shem Shai is he is the one that deserves all glory and praise and honor.
mm-hmm.
No man can really boast in his sight, you know, because the Lord did it. The Lord chose, like you say, he chose the weak things of the earth, man, so that he can show his power,
That's right.
that the Lord is going to be glorified in the things that he did, man, We don't have we are as we are as filthy rags, man.
Right.
Wretched men, man.
And it makes sense that the Lord do it that way because what type of like what exhaustion that the Lord would get if David was a mighty man like his brothers and defeated
Right.
Goliath. You know, the Goliath was what they say probably about 10 to 13 foot tall. You know, hey, and David was but what he said after he hit that slingshot, hey, in the name of my power, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. That that's that glory, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that the Lord do it that way. The lowest, because that's the underdog. It's that underdog story.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Huh.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
hey, I got one. Y'all want to end off on this one? I got Romans 8:29. For whom he did know, foreknow, he also did predestine to be conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn of many brethren. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified. As
Mm.
whom he justified, them he also glorified. What shall we then say to these things? If the heavenly Father be for us, who can be against us? He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things? Who
Mm-hmm.
shall lay anything to the charge of God's elect? It is
Man,
the heavenly
oh,
Father that justifies.
beautiful.
Who is he that condemneth? It is Yahweh Shai that died, rather that is risen again, who is even at the right hand of the heavenly Father, who also maketh intercession for us. You see, so hey, the Lord, hey, Yahweh Shai is making intercession for us. He the one died. Hey, we can't go in and say, hey, um, the brother's not just, the brother's not just, the brother's not doing this. Hey, Yahweh shut down for him, man. So hey, the Lord predestinated certain brothers to get this information. Certain brothers to come into this truth and to make it to the end, to endure. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's about, that predestination. We want to be predestined to get out of this thing, man. We want to be a part of that number. All right. We want the Lord to fight for us. So that's why we go out to the highways, the byways, and hedges. That's why we don't conduct ourselves in the things that Esau Edom is doing, because we know it's wicked. We know Yahweh Shema Shah is about to remove the wicked out of the way. So we don't
Yeah.
want to take part in what's about to come. We know that the famine is coming. We know Jacob's trouble is coming. The hour of temptation, the third world's war, the second death. So we want to try to show the Lord that we're not on the side of the ones that's going to get judged, man. You
Huh.
know,
That's right.
and that's that
Um.
wisdom, you know.
Yep. Yep. Only wisdom will have you seeking mercy in these
Yep,
times, man. And we can see
Yep.
that, man. We can see that among our people how they're void of the light, they're void of the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So here it is, the times that are coming upon them, they're not seeking mercy. They're not seeking the Lord's face in these times, right?
right.
They think that the money can save them. They think that these different politicians and voting and protesting. They think all these things are going to deliver them from what is happening, what is taking place. You know,
Yep.
but ultimately, only the Lord can. You know,
From the
beautiful, man.
reality.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man. So, hey, brothers ain't have anything else. Hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying and exhorting. All right, we want to end off by giving all the glory, infinite praise, and honor unto Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Hashem, Yahweh,
Yahweh
Shine.
Shai,
Hashem,
Bahashem,
Kafakash.
Shakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well. Peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect. Shalom and Ababu Ball.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Baba,
All right.
Shalom.
Shabbat.